Hey everyone, welcome to Post to Post. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Neil if you're new, and we talk in hockey. Tonight's a huge night. There are 4 games tonight, 4 elimination games. There could be 4 teams out of the playoffs by the end of the night. That is crazy. What a great night for hockey. The first night of the playoffs is always the most exciting for me. It's that transitional period between seasonal hockey, which is fine, but playoff hockey. That first night, it's so intense every single game. But when you got this magical lineup of 4 elimination games in one night, like this lineup tonight is set to be some of the best hockey that we've seen in years. I can't wait for it. We're going to talk about each series very briefly. I'm going to give you my predictions. Who do I think is going to win tonight? Who do I think is going home? Who's going to be eliminated? That's the real question we're here to answer, and I'll go through these one by one. Let's start off with I just got the schedule up. I want to go in order of how the games are played. The Carolina and Boston series. So I really want this to go 7 because it's been amazing hockey. I think that based on the history of this series, which has been every team that has won has been at home, if I'm not mistaken. Carolina won the first 2, and then Boston won the second 2, and then Carolina won the game 5 at home. They're in Boston tonight, which logic dictates that Boston should win tonight based on the fact that they're playing from home and push this to a 7th game. I see a lot of people predicting Carolina tonight. I want to predict Carolina, but I have to side on history, I guess, for this series. I think Boston is going to win tonight at home. I think they're going to push this to a Game 7. I don't know if they're going to win Game 7. Probably not, but I do think that they push this to a Game 7. I'm predicting that Boston wins tonight. It's been a close series. It's been an exciting series to watch. Looking forward to that one. The next one, the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. Kucherov and Stamkos. Stamkos has, I think, 3 points. Kucherov might have 7 points. Do you know who has more points than Kucherov and Stamkos? Tony DeAngelo from Carolina. He's got 8. When you've got Kucherov and Stamkos having less points than Tony DeAngelo in the same amount of games, something's wrong. And that's just not like, there's a lot of things going wrong in Tampa. It's not just that. It's credit to Toronto as well for being able to defend. Toronto is defending so much better in this series than any other series that they've played in the last maybe decade plus. I'm really, really impressed with Toronto so far. But even then, they're just Tampa is just so good at certain points of the game. And there's highs with Tampa and there's lows with Tampa. There doesn't seem to be a lot of this middle ground with Tampa. Either they're not in the game at all or they're dominating. So I have no idea what Tampa Bay we're going to get tonight. I'd like to think that they do push this to a Game 7. They're at home tonight, so my gut tells me that they do push it to 7. Also based on history, because the Maple Leafs don't have a great record during elimination games when they're holding the torch and they could send someone home. I'm going to predict Tampa, but I do think maybe for the first time in a decade plus that Toronto has the best opportunity to get it done. I really think that they could win tonight. So I'm still going to predict Tampa. So I'm predicting Boston to push it to 7. I'm predicting Tampa to push it to 7. Let's move on to the next series. Wild Blues. This one worries me. I'm actually quite worried about this. I'm going to predict St. Louis to win. I've been watching them very closely in the last couple of games, and their transition game, their breakout game is so good. They're extremely hard to defend against, and I can see Minnesota struggling. And additionally, from an offensive perspective from Minnesota, they need some help. Kaprizov can't put the entire team on his back. I think he scored both goals in the last game, if I'm not mistaken. There needs to be some depth scoring beyond Kaprizov if you're going to beat St. Louis. Now, Binnington was in net last game. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I'm conflicted about the net in St. Louis, but I am definitely worried about Minnesota. I think Fleury needs to be lights out. He needs to stand on top of his head. He needs to have the best game he's ever played in his life, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to predict that St. Louis will eliminate Minnesota tonight. What I want to happen, I want Minnesota to win tonight, but I'm going to predict St. Louis. So far, of the 3 games I've talked about, I'm predicting 1 elimination. Let's move on to the last one. It's the Oilers and the Kings. They're playing in LA. This is a bit tricky. I think LA plays well at home. They've got an amazing crowd. But the thing about Edmonton is that they've been extremely resilient this year in the playoffs. maybe more so than any other previous playoffs that they've been in since McDavid, which I guess has only been 2 times. But I've seen a lot of positive things from Edmonton so far these playoffs, even though they're down in the series. If Smith can play good, and if Duncan Keith can play good, I think Edmonton's going to win this game. If Duncan Keith plays like crap like he did last game, and Smith plays questionable like he did last game, this is going to be an easy victory for LA. That last game was so frustrating, and I predicted LA, but I'm cheering for Edmonton, so I'm so frustrated watching the game, and I'm thinking, okay, well, Edmonton's got this in the bag. They that's things are looking good. And Duncan Keith, man, what are you doing? I don't have no idea what he was doing in that overtime. And Smith let in some stinkers as well. I thought he could have had that overtime goal for sure. So I don't know. I'm conflicted with this one. I'm still cheering for Edmonton to win, but I'm going to predict LA. Even though that we have seen a lot of resilience from Edmonton so far, I'm going to predict that LA eliminates Edmonton tonight. I'm cheering for. I really, really want Edmonton. I want so badly Edmonton to beat LA because I want to see them face Calgary in the second round, hypothetically, if Calgary defeats Dallas. So let's recap. Carolina-Boston, I'm predicting Boston pushes Game 7. Toronto-Tampa, I'm predicting Tampa pushes Game 7. Blues and Wild, I'm predicting Blues eliminate Wild. And Kings and Oilers, I'm predicting Kings eliminate Oilers. So 2 teams push off elimination, and 2 teams get eliminated. That is my official prediction for tonight. I planned on filming a different video. It was a goalie mask concept video, but it is so hot in Fredericton right now. It is like 31 degrees in my room. I've had the air conditioning on for a little bit, and I'm filming this as super quickly as I can, and then I'm gonna send it out and just kind of relax the rest of the night in the cool because it's way too hot to do an extended video. So if it's hot where you are, hope you're finding some cool air. Hope you're having fun watching NHL hockey, and obviously, let me know down below in the comment section who you predicting tonight, who's winning tonight, who's getting eliminated. Would love to see your thoughts. Do you think like I do, two going home, 2 staying, or do you think that everyone's getting eliminated or everyone's staying? I don't know. Be curious to hear your opinions, guys. Thank you so much for watching along. I appreciate it. If you're new, please consider hitting the subscribe button. If you did enjoy this video, please hit the like button. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Adios.